Welcome to Alicia's Healing Heart, a space where we explore the beauty of self discovery, soul healing, and the magic of living authentically. I'm Alicia, your host, guide, and fellow traveler on this journey. Here we embrace the messy, the magical, and everything in between. Whether you're seeking spiritual insight, personal empowerment, or just a moment of peace, you're in the right place. So let's dive in, heart first. What is going on, everyone? It is your sister in spirit and your friend, Alicia here. And I'm so excited to be in a space where we get to spend time together in a way that feels the most accurate for me. So today's episode is going to be just like an intro to me, what's going on in my journey and why I'm here, and kind of my hopes for this together. So I am, what a power statement, right? So there's a lot of different things that I've been playing with, because in this journey, I'm a huge affirmation person. And it doesn't mean that I believe affirmations are the end all be all, but I've definitely experimented and, am certified in neurolinguistic programming. And there is just a deep power in the thoughts and the words that we are saying on a regular basis. So whenever I thought about like the intro to me, who am I? It was really difficult to kind of be like, man, who am I, right? And who do I want to state I am? And so with that, I guess it comes to this conclusion that I'm ever changing and I'm a servant. I am somebody who is very connected to the divine. I'm somebody who is healing constantly and consistently. I am the embodiment of imperfection and the embodiment of loving myself through that, with that. I am learning. I am growing. I am connected to infinite love and infinite wisdom. And all of these things were very much needed for me in my life. And it is something that I'm being called to serve and to share with others at this time. Why? Because again, and when it comes to the next question, like, why am I here? That's why, right? I recognize that I'm not the only person who experiences the ups and the downs, like the waves of life. And I am doing this for me, the past versions of me, the future versions of me. I'm doing this for my soul tribe, who wants to be here, wants to listen, wants to participate in their own healing. And I'm doing it for people who really resonate with the infinite love and wisdom that I am connected to. They resonate with the voice of that being and that state of being, right? And I feel that I'm on the journey to kind of remember that I am worthy enough to be that middle ground, right? Between what I hear, what I experience, and sharing that with the world in an authentic way, And sometimes that can be really hard because I feel like I grew up kind of with this mindset thinking that things have to be perfect and that I have to be perfect. And maybe some of you resonate with this in order to share myself fully. But I'm coming to you completely imperfect. I'm coming to you completely raw and vulnerable, completely in life's stuff. And I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly. I wouldn't have it any other way. I feel like that's who I was called to be in this time. So what can you expect? You can expect pretty much authenticity. You can expect me, being vulnerable about what I'm going through. You can expect me growing alongside you, because that's who I am. I am growth. and evolution and infinite. So I understand that these solutions that I am offering, the tools, the messages that I'm giving are not the end all be all. I know that they are not the one and only way. So just know that what I'm sharing is just what I'm experiencing or what I have experienced, and that it is coming truly from a heart that is healing, which means a heart that has been broken, right? I am super honored to be in this space where I feel connected enough and called and healed enough, right, to show up here, because it's taken a minute to show up in the world. And so with that, I am you. I am you. And if I am not you right now, I am probably a version of you that has existed before, that is relatable, or I am a version of you that is going to exist in the future, because at the end of the day, we're all one, you know? And if I am you in this moment, I'm just encouraging you to know that it is safe to take your time. It is safe to show up. It is safe to follow the impulses of your joy and of your deepest happiness. And if you don't know what that is, it's okay to start asking yourself what that is. And it's also okay to not know the answer. It is okay for that to be a strong I don't know. It is okay to have ups and downs. It is natural. That is nature. That is natural. But what I want to do here is really support the process by which, like, we experience the ups and downs, possibly with less judgment and with less, I don't want to say negativity, but like sabotaging, inauthentic, self-deprecating in the best way how, right? Not demonizing those things, not saying that they're bad. They are definitely a part of my process. They enlighten to me the things that need to grow and change, and for that I'm so grateful. But I notice that the journey tends to be a little bit more easy and effortless when those really, really harsh, judgmental, hypercritical thoughts kind of come in and hijack my ability to just say, you know what, I'm not ready. You know what, I don't know. You know what? I don't care. And we're kind of removing the judgment of the truth of what actually is, knowing that what is not permanent. It just is, right? So I hope that you are, this project is for me, you know, and I hope that in this project, my soul family, those that are aligned, those who are called, that we find each other. And I pray that, and I pray for you a life of abundance, a life of happiness, and a life of continued growth and deeper connection to that infinite love and wisdom that just exists. It exists, and it is real. So that's just going to wrap up kind of my intro of who I am. But with that wrap up, I do want to answer one question, because I'm going to try to answer a question that kind of comes in from my listeners, from my clients, and I wanted to answer this one question, which is my take on, can healing be easy, or does it always have to be hard? My answer is, it's both. I don't think that there's anything in this world that exists without duality. Duality is very real, and there's a space in between where they coexist together. I think that healing is always going to be challenging. I think sometimes the hard part is physiological, right? The process of actually changing those neurological pathways from believing one thing into another right? I believe that the hard part is the consistency, maintaining a certain level of consistency, if maybe that's something that you haven't done. I think the hard part is changing the inner dialogue, not necessarily of saying this is hard, but I can't do this, right? Changing that inner thing. Those are the hard parts. I do think that there are always going to be hard, challenging parts, but I also believe you can do hard things. I can do hard things, you know? I don't think everything is just going to be easy or effortless, because there must be challenges for you to gain strength. There must be challenges for you to get to become more flexible, to develop character overall. Now, do I think that in the face of challenge, can we take a harder path or an easier path? Absolutely. But that to me does not mean that hardness is completely eliminated, right? I think within every situation, things are easy or things are hard, and we get to navigate what that looks like for each of us. I do think that there are supposed to be hard parts. And I think that whenever those hard parts come up, we have a choice of how hard we are going to be on the hard parts. Oof. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. I think that inevitably there are going to be hard parts, but we get to choose whether we are going to be easy or hard on the hard parts. Okay. I do think that whenever challenges get faced, there are, it's reminding me of that game where you kind of have like three options. Like you can phone a friend, you can have a couple of things taken off your, you can kind of eliminate a couple of problems, right? So I do think that there are infinite avenues to make hard things easier. And I also think that there are ways to make easy things hard. Right? Like, think about times in your life where you're just like, it should be so simple. We make it so difficult. Right? So, at some capacity, it's like the question is, can healing be easy or does it always have to be hard? At the end of the day, I think it is what you make of it. And that does not make it easy. There's a certain level of accountability that can come with the identity of, well, what is easy and what is hard? Because sometimes when somebody's saying this is really hard, what they're saying is this is not what I thought it was going to be. This is not living up to my expectation, and I am not living up to my expectation. And sometimes the hard part is just letting go of the expectation. And the solution is just on the other side of letting go of that expectation, letting go of that control. And those are just my thoughts, right? Who am I? What do I know? I know nothing at all. That is what I have found. But I can say that on my journey, some easy things are so hard to do. And some hard things are, somehow I find a way to like make them easier. And that within itself is that dual, that yin and that yang, that dualistic way of handling life, of approaching life. I don't think there really is an answer. I think that all there really is you, the observation and the awareness of you, and the extreme radical acceptance of the truth of you, your thoughts, your behaviors, your actions, your emotions, your belief systems, and taking action on that deep, deep, deep awareness of self. So, thank you so much for submitting that question. And I hope you've enjoyed this episode. So looking forward to continuing this process with you. Please, I know for some of you who are listening, there's actually a comment section below. Drop your questions down there. I genuinely would love to just like see what is on people's mind. I'm curious what's going on in your life. What questions do you have? How can I support you? And beyond that, like and share. You know what I mean? If you feel called. And yes, the last thing I'll state is that I do have a membership container and it is sliding scale. I would love if you resonate with what you are hearing today, please reach out and go within and see if being inside of a community of like-minded people of like vibration is something that you want to be a part of. And if so, I would love to have you there. I would love to get to know what's going on and how to continue to grow together, because I really do think that isolation is great for self-reflection, but there does come a point where like we have to embody who we are, and inside of a community space where we get to practice that, it's super powerful. There's just no denying that. So if you're interested in joining the community space, you can go to my website. Thank you for spending time with me here at Alicia's Healing Heart. If this episode touched your spirit, please share it with someone who might need it too. It helps with the circle of healing and growing. You can connect with me on Instagram at Alicia's _healing _heart, on TikTok at Alicia's Healing Heart, or on my website, www.aliciadunleavy.com. Until next time, keep trusting your heart and honoring your journey. And just know, I am cheering for you always. AliciaDunleavy.com, or you can DM me on any of my social media. Okay? Peace and love to all of you, and I'll see you in the next episode.